Alright, my name is Silent Rare. Today I'm going to be doing an interview for Gamers Warehouse on FeaR John. So, man, if you just want to give me a quick introduction about yourself, go right ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is FeaR John, and I am just a pro gamer. I play for Team FeaR, and yeah.
Alright. Now, obviously, you really broke out as a player this year, I'd have to say, through Black Ops on the circuit. Overall, how do you think this year went for you, competitively?
The year went great actually. It started as a slump. Actually, as a slump. It started off good. It ended as a slump. Um, at the beginning, I was placing top four every event, but towards the end, like Orlando and what was the last event? Providence, Rhode Island.
Yep.
Um, those weren't my best events. In Orlando, I came fourth, and then at Nationals, the biggest event, the most important one, I came eighth. But overall, I came top eight every event. It was a great year. I had a great team. I love to be on Team FeaR, so I say it went well.
Okay. Now, obviously, with Team FeaR right now, you want to talk about your roster a little bit? Because I know that Assassin, has dissolved into Optic Nation, so if you also want to give some insight on that.
Oh, so yeah, if you guys didn't know, Assassin and Twiz left. Basically, they went to go make their own team, but I guess it didn't work out, so they ended up teaming with Rambo, and it was Rambo with Scump, Twiz, and Assassin. They did not want to team with me, and they actually tried to snag Scump at the time, but they made up a little lie and they just left for they tried to leave. So they ended up joining IXI. That didn't work out, and then I guess they broke up or whatever. Assassin couldn't get off enough times, so they ended up making their own team. Nashot picked them up, and they ended up being Optic Nation.
All right. And obviously, with your roster now, what do you think about it currently?
Well, we had our roster now is now me, Moho, Saints, and Moonstruck. I don't know where Moonstruck came from. I heard he's been around since COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, but he quit during Black Ops. But Moonstruck is like one of our slayers now, and he's a really smart player. He's a really good player. I think this team right now is really good.
Okay. Yeah, I actually do remember hearing a lot about Moon throughout COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. He's playing a couple of the GB Live tournaments, actually. I think when he was teaming with Lyre at the time. Overall, what do you think about the team currently, though? Like, how often are you guys scrimming and such?
Well, since we started scrimming with Moonstruck about like 2 days ago. Everything was going well. We've been scrimming about I want to say 6 to 8 hours a day.
Okay.
Maybe 6 to 8 hours a day during the weekend, but during the weekdays we play about roughly 5 hours a day. We play. We've been trying to play like Optic Nation, Optic Gaming, um,
Leverage, even.
Leverage,
Yeah.
but like we get on a certain point, like around 8 o'clock, where Leverage gets off. Optic Optic Gaming really doesn't scrim because Big Timer he's moving around right now, so like Big Timer doesn't even get on. So they use a substitute of a for a fourth. And Optic Nation, we never like end up teaming Optic Nation except once, but that was with Sharp. But everything's going well. Every team we've been playing, we've been beating them by like 6 flags. I can't say anything better. Like the team is going good so far.
Okay. Now, overall, at least from what I've seen from Leverage and the Optic Gaming stream, they really only scrim CTF. Have you guys been scrimming like Search and Destroy or anything, or are you guys just really focusing on CTF like a lot of these teams right now?
Well, the thing about that is, if we play Search and Destroy, the teams don't really play as they really play at a MLG event. They just mess around. They just run around the map. They'll bring out a sniper. It's really not. You can't really team scrim Search and Destroy. So what we really do is we play some game battles, some GB matches, and we just practice against top GB stars. Or it could be sucky kids. It's still practice, and it helps out your team, and you guys build a strat.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I guess you also wouldn't want to give away too many strats heading into an event.
Yeah.
Obviously, going into this year, what's going to be your expectations for Team FeaR? Do you not? Obviously, you probably don't want to make team roster changes before an event and such. So, are you satisfied with this roster currently? If the first event were to be next weekend?
Yeah, I'm really satisfied with this event. If the event was next weekend, I think we'll come top three with no problem. The only thing is, We don't know yet if Moonstruck could travel, but we're gonna figure that out. Hopefully he can. We don't want to wait till the last minute and he can't travel, and then we have to look for a new fourth, and we probably might not end up going. So we're gonna try to get that figured out before it even gets close to an event.
Okay. Okay. Um, Obviously, right now, there's of course a lot of team roster changes and stuff. So, do you think right now that building this chemistry early on in the game is probably better than trying to make all these roster changes?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? Your mic just cut
Oh,
off.
sorry. If right now with all the teams making constant roster changes, do you think right now it's just better to stick with a team and build that chemistry heading into the first event?
Yeah, of course. It's always better to stick with a team and build chemistry because it's actually really good. Like all these top teams, all these pro teams, and there's really amateur teams out there that haven't been noticed yet. Um, it's good. Like for us, it's good for us if a team makes a team change because they have to build their chemistry. And since we already have our chemistry, we're building our chemistry. Of course, we're gonna beat them, and we're gonna lower their confidence. Now, the thing is, when we're picking up a fourth, we're getting beat, and our confidence was down. But since we picked up Moonstruck, we've been raping every team that has been beating us past tense. So it's always good to build chemistry and build your confidence while you play.
Okay. Okay. Now, currently, Team FeaR, I'm not sure. Who's your guys' current sponsor going to the event? Possibly, at least for the 2012 season at the moment. I'm not sure.
Possibly, right now we only have Scuff Gaming. As you guys know, we had Quanta Gaming for Black Ops, like towards the end, Orlando and Providence.
Mhm.
But we're not really working with them anymore. We don't really have any other sponsors instead of Scuff Gaming.
Is this in search right now, though? Like, you guys actually looking for a sponsor? Currently,
Yeah, we're
obviously.
we're we're searching for sponsors right now. I don't really know where to start. Mo's actually searching for a sponsor. I'm just trying to help him out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Now, what would probably be your advice? Because I mean, like, really, I'd probably say that you probably broke out most this year in Black Ops and became a bigger name in the competitive scene. What advice would you give to newer players who are really like jumping into the competitive scene? Obviously, there's a lot of amateur teams that are trying to break out and stuff, etc. So, what advice would you give to them?
Well, the most important advice is to stick with your team, and you want to play with a team that you like. I actually said this in one of my videos before talking about it. You always want to stay with the team that you like. You never want to have a team that you're constantly fighting with your teammates and you guys don't get along, because that's not good for you and that's not good for your team. You guys are gonna play bad. You guys are gonna not want to get on and scrim. So that's the first thing. Second thing, you always want to stay as a team and just keep building your chemistry. If you're losing your team scrims, go over theater. Now is a good time since they have theater in the games, like from Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. Go over the games, check what you guys did wrong, check where you guys are not pushing. So, those are the basic stuff. That's where you actually get better. Play a lot of GBs. People think GB doesn't really get you out there, but it's a lot of practice. It's good for you, and it builds your confidence too.
Okay. Just a few last little questions. What's your main class setup going? What's your favorite class setup to use in a scrim?
I have two or three of my favorite classes. My first one, of course, is the ACR. I use the ACR with the red dot side, red tiger. I don't know. I really don't like gold. So yeah, red tiger. I use red tiger. And then I use quick draw pro, sleight of hand pro, and dead silence pro with focus on it.
Okay. Now,
The
obviously,
second,
that's
oh
another
yeah.
question I gotta ask you real quick. Sorry. Between kick and focus, I've seen a lot of pros use, and a lot of amateur players are also asking about it. Why focus over kick?
Well, the reason it's kind of hard to use kick when a person's using focus because when you're using focus, your gun doesn't recoil as much when you're using kick. When you're using kick, your gun, you're shooting the gun, but it doesn't have recoil, right?
Yeah.
So when you're getting shot at, your gun just jumps all the way up, and you don't have enough of a quick reaction to shoot the guy. So you're always gonna probably lose the gunfight. You rarely see anyone using kick anymore. Instead of it's like, oh, SMG. But when you use focus, you could be in a gunfight and you could see the guy you're shooting at, and while you're getting shot, your gun doesn't move at all. Like it's not jumping. And kick, as I noticed, when you use kick, kick is supposed to reduce the recoil, but when you use focus, it feels the same.
Okay. Well, there you go. All amateur players just put on focus on those weapons instead of that kick. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. Just about, John. Any shout outs you want to give out? Say anything else? Closing comments?
I want to get a shout out to my team. I want to get a shout out to Moho, Saints, and Moonstruck. Right now I feel like we're one of the best teams out there. And if you guys haven't yet, follow my Twitter, FeaR John, and my YouTube, FeaR John with a zero, not an O. This
And
will be
that's
it.
okay. Well, hey, thanks for doing this interview with me, man.
All right, thank you too.
Have a good day.
You too.